Billionaire, financier, and philanthropist George Soros has laid out his succession plan, telling the Wall Street Journal that he is handing control of his massive empire to son Alexander Soros. The choice is not an obvious one, as Soros, now 92, once said he did not want his Open Society Foundations, known as OSF, to be taken over by one of his 5 children. But speaking of his decision to turn over the foundation and the rest of his $25 billion empire to son Alex, who's 37, the elder Soros said, quote, "He's earned it." Soros is known for his huge donations to liberal causes, something Alex said he plans to continue doing, telling the Journal that he is more political than his father. Said Alex, quote, "As much as I would love to get money out of politics, as long as the other side is doing it, we will have to do it too." The OSF board elected Alex as its chairman in December, and he now directs political activity as president of Soros's Political Action Committee. According to the Journal, the foundation directs about $1.5 billion a year to groups such as those backing human rights around the world and helping to build democracies.
Email exchanges from inside the BBC, they talk about the risk of violating Indian laws. It's easier to rake up the freedom of speech debate, but does it give anyone a free pass to knowingly violate the law? America supports India because it needs India's support in return. And India is working with the US because it suits India's interests. This is how geopolitics works. Last night, he diffused a crisis with his defense minister. But today, Netanyahu was confronted with a new problem. His cabinet seems to have rebelled against him. The UK is looking at the Indian subcontinent to fill its coffers. That India seems to be negotiating from a position of power, like a partner and not a former colony. The US and Russia are dangerously close to an armed conflict. This year, 2023, New Delhi will be the capital of global diplomacy. For a country as diverse as ours, with 88% of the population illiterate, it was a very big deal to write a constitution, and that too, the world's largest. Meanwhile, if we may, here's a Republic Day gift from India for the BBC. A list of suggestions for the BBC for their upcoming documentaries. Number 1, the Kohinoor and the colonial loot. Number 2, an outdated monarchy and unhealthy obsession with the royals. Number 3, racism in 2023. We're waiting.